My name's Deanna Ledoux, and I am from Treaty 6 territory. I'm from the Cree Nation, which Treaty 6 runs across Manitoba, Saskatchewan, and Alberta, and Canada resides in Treaty 6 territory. The social issues and political issues that the Indigenous people have here, a lot of the issues that we have are parallel. I feel that it's because any colonized people are going to have issues that are parallel, whether it's social issues or having land taken away, which is something that our people have also experienced. And a lot of our people have gone through residential schools, so becoming institutionalized and going from one institution to another. So our people also fill up the institutions, the jails in Canada. The ceremonies are still intact. For a lot of years, ceremonies had to go underground because they were made illegal in Canada. And so they were done secretly. Yeah, they were done secretly. And you were jailed if you were caught conducting traditional ceremonies. Now it's not illegal, so the ceremonies have come back. There is an effort to revitalize the language right now, and a lot of the traditional teachings are now coming back. I'm part of that history. As Treaty 6 and being from the Cree Nation, we have several different Cree territories. There's the Woodland Cree, which is in the north. That's where my mother's from. Then we have Swampy Cree and Plains Cree. So I'm aware of different traditions from each tribe. Even though we're Cree, each tribe has different protocols, different ceremonies, and different ways in which they conduct themselves. The language is the one commonality. However, it would be saying like every Amazon tribe is the same, but it's not. Every Cree, they're not. They have different cultural values, different family systems, and that goes the same with our culture. We have different values and different family systems, and yeah, I've just been looking at the similarities being here with my culture and with the cultures of Brazil. The traditional First Nations family systems was intact until the residential schools came. And that the residential schools created a huge rift in what was and imposed a completely different lifestyle, which was a European-based methodology of teaching, of praying, of talking. So they took away the language, they took away spirituality, and they took away our whole sense of self. I was raised in an Indian residential school along with my father and my grandfather. So I see the impacts directly on myself, on my father, on my grandfather. And I see the intergenerational impacts that the residential schools have on my children and on my grandchildren. Before it happened, everything was intact. We required nothing from any outside people. They were completely self-sufficient. They were autonomous. They didn't require any type of government because they had a governing system, and also a set of values and a family system that worked for our people. So everything was intact culturally, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. A long time ago, marriages were often arranged. And marriages, sometimes they were arranged to keep peace with neighboring tribes. So from the stories that I've heard from the old people, a lot of the marriages were arranged, so you knew by the time you were a certain age that you were going to be marrying so-and-so from the next tribe. This is a long time ago, mind you. It doesn't happen anymore that I know of. but a lot of the intertribal relations, I guess you could call it, were to keep peace. Our people were nomadic. So we lived in teepees, and this is, mind you, this is 150 years ago, right? So they lived in teepees, and the teepees were made of hide. They're in a triangle shape. So, and the housing had to be movable because of the nomadic lifestyle. Our lifestyle a long time ago, or 100 years ago, was to follow our food source, which was buffalo. And the buffalo migrated from one region to the next. So in order to live, in order to maintain and sustain the community, they had to follow the buffalo herds. This is a contemporary, very, very contemporary. The traditional outfits were made of hide and were very plain. They didn't have, because they didn't have colored ribbon, and they didn't have a lot of things that I can put on. This is for, it's called regalia. This is very contemporary, what I have on. There is beadwork attached to it, and the beadwork, it will vary from person to person. It reflects family symbols, and also like the florals are from the different regions. So, and the designs are from different tribes.